A popular TikToker has been brutally stabbed to death by his baby mama and girlfriend after she went through his phone and found out that there were other girls in his DMs. This tragedy happened in Uganda, and according to the story, 24-year-old Arnold, who was a notable hairstylist, was confronted on Wednesday, the 27th of December 2023, by his 21-year-old girlfriend and baby mama, Shaina Atwine, over possible accusations of infidelity. This happened in their home in Kampala. And during this interaction or during this confrontation, things went left immediately. It was said that their neighbors were hearing screams and chaos coming from the apartment. And before the neighbors could get there, they realized that the door was locked from outside, requiring them to have to break in to see what was happening because they knew it was out of control. After they successfully broke into the apartment, they saw them both lying in their pool of blood. However, it was said that Arnold was still alive in that instant and was rushed to the hospital. His 21-year-old girlfriend, however, Shaina Atwine, was said or believed to have died on the spot. Unfortunately for Arnold, he died later on in the hospital from the deep stab wounds he sustained during the fight. The problem with this tragedy is that it was not a fight. At first, you would think this is just two couples fighting over infidelity or two couples fighting over their issues. But it turned out that this was not just an ordinary couple's fight. In fact, this was a case of premeditated murder. It turned out that China had already purchased a knife the day before, a brand new knife, and this was corroborated by her friend whom she had confided in, telling them that there were issues in her relationship with Arnold and that Arnold has been mistreating her, something alleging to some kind of domestic abuse in a way, also insinuating that Arnold had been cheating too. But the bottom line is, people knew that China bought a brand new knife the day before, which meant that she was going to facilitate this fight and she meant to hurt him or kill him if possible. That was her plan, that was her intention, and due to this new information, this was how people were able to understand that it was not a fight, that she actually wanted to kill him. Why else will you buy a knife the day before a fight if you knew that you were not going to need it? It's such a tragic love story for this couple who happened to have a 5-month-old child. She had just given birth not long ago, and they have a little baby who is now an orphan because of what? There were other girls in your man's DMs. Mind you, she's 21, so obviously this is what happens when you date a 21-year-old. The girls will always be in your man's DM. And if you're feeling mistreated or you're feeling abused or you don't want to be cheated on, you leave. Besides, they were not married. She's just a girlfriend, and she was living in his house with him. And after she had killed him, that was when she decided to, turn the knife around and unalive herself, because I don't know what her intention was. This could be one of those crime of passion for what it's worth. Arnold was a successful stylist, a very popular one in Kampala in Uganda there. People knew him. He had almost 17,000 followers on TikTok. He was quite famous and big. His girlfriend, however, China, is supposed to be a student. In fact, this is what people are now saying, according to some citizens of Uganda who have dug up her past or who have dug up her situation. They say that Atwine China is supposed to be in campus. Her parents don't even know she's living with a man. According to what is being said, her getting pregnant and her living with celebrity hairstylists is not something that the parents were mostly aware of. Maybe they know about the situation, but they kind of thought she was still in school, as she should still be in school, because she kept collecting her school fees from her parents. She kept collecting her tuition. Every semester she's taking tuition money from her family, and the family thinks that she's taking it to school to study. But when all this blew up and they realized that she's not actually a student of the university that she's been collecting tuition for, that was when they realized that she has most likely been swindling money, probably to take care of herself and her boyfriend and maybe her baby too. And I think this is where it all kind of connects to me, seeing how much she may have sacrificed, taking school fees from her parents, lying and stealing from her parents just to keep herself and her boyfriend together. I can imagine where her pain would have come from if she finds out that he is most likely sleeping with other girls or planning to date another girl or cheating on her or even physically abusing her. This is how, I guess, her own side of the story or her own emotion would be connected to the anger that she unleashed. This is actually what we see in a lot of cases where the women get aggressive to this extent. It is indicative that they have sacrificed so much into the relationship that they feel that they're being cheated on, or they're being phased out, or they're being ignored, or they're being abused. And it's not uncommon to see such reaction from women who have put so much in a relationship, especially young women at 21. It would be easy for a lot of people to say she should have left, which is what she should have done. But she has lied to her parents. She has deceived her family. She has given birth for this young man. She has put so much in this young man. So this is where the anger stems from. It's not a justification at all. Let's be clear. It does not mean she should have. But in cases and in stories that we've seen in this regard, this is what usually happens. At first, if maybe she didn't invest as much, she could have easily walked away. It's easy to walk away that way. But I guess she felt that she needed to teach him a lesson and ended up taking it way too far.